Welcome to our recorded user training session. This video has been designed to assist with the introduction of Colleague to a new user. It may also be useful as a refresher for existing users. The training agenda of this session has been developed to ensure all the main areas are addressed in detail. By the end of this video, we will ensure that you have all the necessary information to navigate through the system, create records, upload and edit documentation, create reminders and tasks, build hot lists, run searches, and fill a vacancy against a requirement to create a placement. The main components of Colleague are split into record types known as entities. These entities store the data you collect and create whilst providing an audit trail of your activity in the system. This flowchart offers a simplistic overview demonstrating how companies and contacts will create leads which become requirements. Candidates are then submitted to those requirements and processed as applications. This includes shortlisting, CV sending, and arranging interviews. If successful, an offer is made, which on acceptance is converted into a placement. Colleague is a browser-based platform and is optimal when used in Microsoft Edge and Google Chrome. A recommended first step is to ensure you have bookmarked the login page to save time. As a URL, this can also be set up on your desktop and double-clicked to open the login screen. You will be provided with a unique username and password to Colleague. These details can be stored within the password settings of your browser, allowing you to log in with a single click. On first login, you will be prompted to grant Colleague with access to various Microsoft 365 permissions. These are needed to support Colleague's access to your emails, OneDrive, calendar, and tasks. You will be able to check the connection with your 365 account by mousing over your username on the top right-hand side. With this connection now in place, Colleague will be able to record your emails automatically. Let's head over to Outlook to discuss this in greater detail. Colleague's seamless integration with Microsoft Outlook ensures all inbound and outbound emails are recorded against their associated records. This occurs whether or not you are logged into Colleague. In addition, Colleague offers an Outlook add-in, which will look up records based on the selected email, providing you with a summary view of the record's details. This includes a link to open the record. The option to create a history. The ability to take an attachment and upload it to the existing record, or pass and create a new candidate. To view the candidate's assigned skills. There is also a manual option to log the email if you are working from a shared mailbox or have chosen to turn off automated inbound email logging. When sending emails in Outlook, the add-in will also be available to offer several useful features. Attach File allows you to select the entity and perform a quick search to look up a record. From here, you will be able to select any documentation that has been stored against the record and attach it to the email. There are specific CV sending options to correctly record the event in Colleague. Attach CV for requirement allows you to look up the requirement first. Upon selection, the candidates you have long listed will be shown, and you can select their CV to be attached. The same is to be said for sending a Spec CV. Simply look up the candidate and select their CV to be attached. The recipient email address will be used to associate the event to the relevant contact record when the email is sent. Email templates are also available to be accessed. First, select the entity and then the template. Look up the record and the merge fields on the template will pull through the associated details. This can include any default attachments linked with the template. The homepage of Colleague is divided into three main categories. The user overview, a configurable list of dashboard panels showing activity and statistics. The daily planner, a summary of outstanding or due tasks for the user to work through alongside scheduled calendar items planned for the day. And the team overview, a configurable list of panels displaying information relevant to a team or entire company. The user overview is designed to highlight targets and statistics to the user. When pressing on a panel, it will drill down to show a table of record information relating to the selected panel. This will include options to click through into the associated data. The default date range of the panel activity can be configured and then adjusted by altering the range dropdown. This presents a list of predefined options, including a custom date range. Those with authorization to do so will also be able to select and access the overview dashboards of other users in their team or on the system. The daily planner will start by listing tasks and events scheduled to be worked on today. These can be filtered based on this setting. Similar to the user overview, the date range of the planner can be altered via the range dropdown and will include options for this week, month, quarter, and year. Working through the tasks, a user will be able to select and complete their assigned to-do items. New tasks can also be created, and existing tasks can be extended and altered based on priority. Authorized users will also be able to view the to-do items of others, as well as create and assign tasks on their behalf. The team overview provides a set of charts and panels to summarize the activity of a team of users. The parameters of the overview will give you the option to select various defined teams or the entire company. Specific users can be filtered, and a custom or selected date range is chosen or entered. Similar to the user overview, the details behind a panel can be selected to drill down and show a table of related data. This can be seen by user or as an overview of record information. This will include links to open the associated records and navigate to the relevant areas in the system. Each colleague user has the ability to configure a unique list of behavioral settings specific to their session. To edit these settings, mouse over your username in the top right corner and select User Settings. Each setting will be categorized into a section and given a short description explaining its purpose. Using the section dropdown will filter the settings for ease of access. To update a setting, adjust the field on the right-hand side. There is also a search option to type and find the setting that you need. The email signature of your user can be set up within the admin area, but is also accessible in user settings. This includes access to email signature templates, which are set up by the system administrator. The summary view is a helpful feature available throughout the system when using tables and search results. When looking through records listed in a table, a user can select the row and choose the summary view from the toolbar. This offers a summarized view of the record. Users have the ability to bespoke these field options specifically to their user session. Alternatively, a default list of field options will be set up within the admin area as a global setting. The list's maintenance area is where a user can administer their hot lists and will be covered in greater detail later in this session. The user overview area configures the panels which are shown on the homepage. The standard user panels available will be listed on the left-hand side with the chosen panels on the right. Select the panels you require and then order them using the up and down arrow icons. The same principles apply to the team overview. Select the appropriate panels as required and order them using the arrow icons. Colleague also supports custom user and team overview panel requests. These are processed under a consultancy charge and arranged via the support team. To access Colleague's help file, click on the question mark icon, which will be available at all times from the top right-hand side of the toolbar. The help file has divided its content into categories based on the entity record and the workflows of the chosen section of the system. Videos have been recorded to summarize the various features. These are brief 2 to 3 minute overviews designed to refresh a user's memory or guide someone new to the platform. If you prefer to read, a more detailed explanation will be available within the user guides area. On the homepage of the help file, you'll find a link to the release notes of our latest build. This is updated with each monthly upgrade and will contain details on the improvements that have been made to the system. Historical release notes are also available to access and search across. These can sometimes include short videos which explain an integration or enhancement in further detail. Our maintenance schedule is also available to advise on periods of planned maintenance. This will include links to the associated release notes of our upgrades. You will also find links to the help file throughout Colleague, allowing you to gain immediate access to user guide information, as well as leave customer feedback and contact the support team. Stationed within the toolbar is a quick search, which can be used to type in a name, telephone number, email address, or company name. This searches across the whole system and returns any records that are found. The search result can then be filtered by the type of record you are searching for. When a search result has been filtered to a particular record type, there will be an option to switch the result into a table view. This then supports column sorting and exports. The field information that is shown beneath the record name is configured via options. Select the record type, tick the fields you would like to see, and use drag and drop to position the fields in the required order. The fields you select will be saved and remembered for future searches. When you are ready to return to the search result, click on Back to Previous Screen. Each main entity also has its own selection screen for looking up records. The selection screen will have specific criteria unique to the record type. As mentioned within user settings, the benefit of a selection screen, other than opening a record, is the ability to select a row of data and open the summary view. This is a summarized overview of the record, with features that support viewing and editing details. Seeing a preview of the candidate's CV, viewing skills and history, as well as the option to create a new history record. The Recent Items area will list the last 100 records you have opened and is a quick way of returning to frequently used records. Let's take a look at a candidate record. When opening a candidate, if they are in a current placement, have a pending offer, or booked into an upcoming interview, the details will appear in a blue bar, including a link to the associated record. You'll notice the toolbar styling and tab structure is in line with the Microsoft look and feel. We've tried to emulate the Microsoft UI as closely as possible, so it feels familiar. The toolbar consists of the most popular workflows, with the View More sub-menu containing other options. There is also a right-click menu for quick access to workflows. The landing page of the record offers a general overview of personal information, contact details, and what they're looking for in terms of employment. There is also a summary which is automatically generated based on the contents of their CV. The Summary tab of the record offers a dashboard, providing an overview of your dealings with the candidate. This includes drill-down options and links to the associated records. If we take a look through the tabs, a candidate can have multiple addresses, including payment addresses. The History tab will give an overview of all the workflows and activity recorded against the record, including the email correspondence that has been automatically tracked. It also offers filters and mouse-over tooltips for quick assessment. The Documents tab provides a preview of the files uploaded against the record and allows for several features that support the creation, edit, and copying of documentation. We'll return to the Documents area later in this session for a closer look. There is a Notes area for recording important information about the candidate and the option for up to 10 different note segments. The Skills tab will contain a unique list of skills to assign to the record. These are bespoke to each system and can be maintained within the admin area. This includes a feature which automatically scans documents to quickly assign skills to the record. Colleague supports an unlimited number of custom fields, including text, date, single selection, and multiple selection lookup fields. All custom fields are searchable and can be merged into templates. A candidate's work history and education is recorded within the Experience tab and created automatically by the CV parser, as well as including all related placements made within the system. Colleague has a configurable checklist for managing the onboarding process of new records. This enables compliance policies to ensure that candidates can only proceed once specified tasks have been completed. Speculative CVs that are sent directly to contacts are tracked and listed on the Spec CVs Sent tab, with workflow to support the creation of a requirement should the contact be interested. And the Requirements tab will list all of the vacancies a candidate has been linked to, with the option to run workflows, progressing the candidate through their application. The available workflows of the record will be found within the toolbar and are defined by your user permissions on Colleague. All other options will be included within the View More submenu. There is also a right-click menu, which will dynamically update based on the entity you are accessing and the area of the record you are using. When viewing tables, you will notice icons on the far right-hand side of each row of data. This is to give you the option to click through into any associated records linked with the entry. When on a candidate record, if at any time you would like to open the candidate's CV, click on the CV icon within the toolbar. This will download the file into a temporary folder within OneDrive and open it with your Word application. Alternatively, should this document be a PDF, it will open the file in a new tab. We have initially spent some time on the candidate record to introduce the UI. This is because the layout of the company record, as well as the contact record, is largely the same, with similar tabs repeating from the perspective of the chosen entity. Contacts against the company record are accessible via the Contacts tab. This table can be configured with column options as specified by the user. Colleague has a built-in CV parser as standard. This can be used to parse candidate CVs, contact profiles, and job specifications to create requirements. Select the file or drag and drop to initiate the parsing process. The parser will map the information contained within the CV into relevant fields. At this stage, you will be able to review and amend as required. Education and work history will be categorized as experience records, ready to be created alongside the candidate. There is a duplication check to ensure that the candidate is not already registered on the system, including workflows to update any existing records. The registering of candidates can be performed one at a time through this method. Alternatively, for bulk processing, the CV parser can be triggered in the background by monitoring the emails received in a mailbox. Another common requirement is the need to create a candidate or contact record from a LinkedIn profile. To do this, simply mouse over the ellipsis on the profile and click Save to PDF. This will download the person's profile into a PDF, creating a worthy substitute to a candidate's CV. Using the same process, you can then parse the profile to create a candidate or contact record. From here, the same workflow can be followed, amending and editing the details to ensure the profile has been mapped to the appropriate fields. When ready, press Register to create the record. To create a new record manually, there is a Create New icon available in the toolbar of every main entity record selection screen. Alternatively, you can use the Quick Create Plus icon, which is available at any time from the top right-hand side. When creating a new record, all mandatory fields will be highlighted with a red asterisk. As the name and contact details are being entered, Colleague will be automatically performing a duplication check to make sure the record you are registering doesn't already exist. This will be highlighted by the Duplicates Found icon in the toolbar. These potential duplicates will be listed due to the system finding a match on either of the forename, surname, email, or phone number fields. Should the name and email or mobile number be exactly the same, this will be addressed as an exact match. Details will be given with a link to open the existing record, and you will be prevented from registering a duplicate. If the information you have entered is seen to be unique, you will be able to press Save to register the record. Another helpful option is the ability to save and add another. This process creates the record, providing you with a confirmation message and link, whilst emptying the fields of the form so you can enter another record. Creating a new company record is effectively the same. The duplication check is performed based on the company name, listing partial matches to the name that has been entered. Likewise, the exact match check will prevent companies of the same name from being duplicated. To create a contact, when on the associated company record, click on the Contacts tab. Within the toolbar, you will find the Add New Contact icon. This will launch the new contact form with the company linked, allowing you to enter the contact details. When ready, press Save to create the contact. Alternatively, you can create the contact from the Quick Create menu. Creating the contact this way requires that you first look up the associated company record. From here, you can enter the contact details as before. As with all main entity records, leads can be created from the Quick Create menu or the lead selection screen. A lead does not need to be related to an existing record and can be treated as a separate entity, used to track a potential opportunity with a business not yet registered on the system. The company and contact can be entered in plain text or even left blank. The length of time the lead is open is tracked, and a value field is available to help with forecasting. A lead record is a separate entity in its own right, with standard workflows to track communication specific to the opportunity. All other standard tabs can be found, including a history tab, document storage, notes, custom fields, and a configurable checklist. The Requirements tab will list all requirements generated from the lead, allowing for multiple requirements and placements to be tracked back to the initial engagement. Linking the lead to an existing record is easily done using the lookup icons. Alternatively, new records can be created using the plus icon to launch the necessary creation form. From a company or contact, the Leads tab will provide an overview of all leads linked with the record. The option to create a new lead will be available from the toolbar and launch a new lead creation form with the associated company and contact already mapped to the form. Once the lead has been qualified, workflow is in place to create a requirement record. The status field can be configured to mark the lead as closed or converted. This will stop the daily timer on the day's open field. Provided there is a valid company and contact record assigned to the lead, you will then be able to create a requirement record. The new requirement form is a similar experience to candidates, companies, and contacts, with mandatory fields marked with a red asterisk and a subset of available tabs to choose from. The fields available and the necessary mandatory fields will be based on the chosen type of requirement, whether that be permanent, contract, rolling contract, or fixed-term contract. Once the requirement has been created, the associated lead will also be visible to track the origins of the opportunity. A useful feature when creating requirements is the means to copy requirement. This is helpful in scenarios when a client is asking for you to fill a similar role that has been worked on previously for that company. This includes the option to copy across the long-listed candidates, custom field data, and assign ownership. The created requirement will be an exact duplicate of the original requirement. Another common scenario is for a contact to leave a company and move to another business. To cater for this, Colleague has created a Mark as Leaver feature. The Mark as Leaver option is available on the contact record from the View More menu. This will ask whether you wish to move the contact to another company. If the contact is leaving your industry or retiring, you can select No, but otherwise you can select Yes and look up the company that they are moving to. Using the available tick boxes, you will then be able to decide which information you would like to copy across to the new contact record. These can be selected individually or with a single Copy All option. When ready, press Save to create the contact against the new company. You will notice that at the bottom of the new contact, there are links to access the contact's previous record. The contact's history is also combined and linked with the previous record to ensure that you do not lose any historical correspondence. When accessing the previous contact record, you will note that the contact has now been marked as a leaver. Details of when the contact left the company will be advised, and there will be links to open the new company and contact record. Another common scenario is for a contact on the database to also be a candidate that you are working with. In this situation, there is workflow to link the records together or create a new record based on the details of the other. If you are on a contact record, from the View More or right-click menu, select Link to Candidate. Likewise, from a candidate record, this option would be called Link to Contact. This gives you the option to either select an existing record or create a new one. Creating a new record enables you to choose from a list of tick boxes so you can decide which information to copy across. When a candidate and contact have been linked, you will find an icon top left-hand side next to their name. Selecting this will take you through into the associated record. With the records linked, their candidate and contact histories will be visible from either record. This can be filtered by a Show History option available from the toolbar. When emailing, Colleague has a fully integrated online emailing solution, which sends the email using your 365 account. This supports fully formatted email designs, including images and attachments. Our email form enables users to send using different sender email addresses and is fully synchronized with your Outlook address book. Email templates are set up relevant to the entity record, with the option of merge fields and default attachments. Within advanced settings, users can find the option to create email follow-up reminders in the form of calendar entries and tasks. There is also access to merge fields and receipt settings. Colleague also supports AI-based email templates, where the email content is generated by a prompt. This ensures your correspondence is personalized to the recipient. Emails can be sent immediately, scheduled to a specific date and time, or saved in drafts to be worked on later. There are also options to convert the email to a meeting request or a Teams meeting. Colleague's online email form is available against all main entity record types and supports bulk sending from lists, company contacts, and search results. All main entities have a Documents tab for storing related documentation. The Documents tab offers an overview and preview of the documents held against the record. Selecting the document will prompt a preview of the document to appear. This preview will vary depending on the selected document. For a docx file, you will see a formatted HTML view of the document. For an older .doc file, you will see a more plain text version of the file due to the limitations of this file type. PDFs are previewed using a PDF viewer. And all image types will be displayed within the preview window. It is recommended that you assign one of the documents against the record as the default document. For a candidate, the default document would be their CV, specifically the version which you will use to represent them to your contact. This is then pulled through as an attachment into the CV workflows, which will be covered later in the session. All documents will have a document information section containing a description, details on when it was uploaded, by whom, and when it was last amended. For documents that are temporary in nature, such as a passport photo or visa, there is also an expiry date field. To help categorize your documents, there is a document type field. This is a configurable list, which then makes it possible to filter your documentation. The document type can also default the document index. This is used to determine whether the document is searchable. To upload a document to a record, click on the Add New Document icon in the toolbar. This is also available from the right-click menu. Click on the Choose File button to upload the document. Alternatively, you can drag and drop documents onto this button. Colleague supports multiple documents being uploaded in one request. You can also specify a URL if you are linking a website or a document that is being held on SharePoint. The default document type will be selected, as will the default index. Select the default tick box if you wish the new document to be the default document of the record. When ready, press Upload. You can also attach documents to existing records when using the CV parser. Should the parsing process find a duplicate, on selection of the record, you will see an option in the toolbar to attach the document. Select the necessary document type, choose whether it should become the new default document of the record, and press Attach. The Documents Received area is designed to help you move email attachments from your inbox into Colleague. This includes a filter on subfolders within your inbox and will search to find emails with attachments that you have received, backdated by 7 days as standard. On selection of an email, icons in the toolbar will give you the options to either parse, and long list, and attach documents to records. When pressing to attach documents, a search will be run to list the records in the system linked with the email address. From here, you can select a record. Alternatively, if you switch this setting to No, you can run a quick search to look up the record you are trying to find. The attachment details will be shown on the right-hand side. This will list all the attachments against the email. Select and edit the document information where needed and press Save Attachments. The document features available within the Documents tab will depend on privileges set against your user group. All workflows are also recorded as history against the record. When selecting a document, document options will be available from the toolbar and the right-click menu. Send Document will open the email form with the selected file attached. If you are selecting a .doc or .docx file type, Edit Document will download the file into your OneDrive and open it in Microsoft Word. From here, you can make the necessary changes to the document. These will be auto-saved due to the file being stored as a OneDrive document. When ready, close down the file. Your amendments will be written back to the document stored in the cloud. Rename Document lets you change the file name of the selected document. Download Document will download a copy of the file into your Downloads folder. Copy Document will create a copy of the file, allowing you to make edits without changing the original. Scan Document consists of two functions: Skills and Experience. Skills is used to scan the file for known skills, giving you the option to add these to the record. The number next to each skill will advise the number of times the skill has been referenced within the document. Experience is used to scan the file for education and work histories. This is often used when you have been sent an updated CV. Experiences will be listed, and it will advise of any duplicates already existing against the record. Delete Document deletes the file. As mentioned, all workflows are recorded as history, tracking who ran the workflow and when. Lock Document will make the file read-only, ensuring it can only be edited by those who have the rights to unlock documents. When a document is locked, the edit and rename options will be grayed out. This is re-enabled when the document is unlocked. And Set as Default Document sets the selected file as the new default. If you have document templates in place, you will also be able to create new documents from the toolbar. Select Create Document and then choose your document template. This will load a preview of the document with all merge fields converted to bring through the record data. Edit the document name as required and select a document type. This will also pre-fill the document index drop-down based on your selection. You can also append to the new document any existing docx files that are linked with the record. The Open Document setting will determine whether the new document is opened directly upon creation. If you wish to create the document and immediately have this document attached to an email ready to send, there is a Send As option to select. Alternatively, choose Save As and select whether to create the new document as a PDF or Word document. Colleague will be fully synchronized with your calendar entries and tasks. Alongside the daily planner on the homepage, there is also a calendar view and a generic tasks page showing you all outstanding to-do items. The calendar will display all your entries directly from Outlook, with an option to see a monthly, weekly, and daily view. Your tasks are fully integrated with Microsoft's To-Do task management solution and linked with colleague records. When creating a history, a user can choose from a list of pre-written text or type their required notes into the text box. The option to create a calendar entry or task will be available on the right-hand side. When the history is saved, the calendar entry will be added to your Outlook calendar. This will be accessible in Colleague, including the ability to edit and delete if necessary. This also works with Outlook reminders. Alternatively, calendar entries and tasks can be created directly against any record type. From within the Tasks page, users will be able to create, edit, and complete all tasks against their account, keeping track of all outstanding obligations. Lists are a helpful way of grouping records together to suit the needs of a user or a team. The purpose of a list could be to represent a hot list of special candidates, a mailing list for a newsletter, or a group of contacts you are regularly keeping in touch with. Any record type can be added to a list and users can have as many as they require. A user maintains their lists within list maintenance. From here, lists can be renamed or deleted, as well as be shared with other users. The ownership of a list can also be transferred. Lists are created within the Lists area or straight from a record. Likewise, records are added to a list, both from within the list itself, from a record, or from a search result. From within the record, the Add to List option will be available off the View More menu. There is also a Remove from List option. This will give an overview of the various lists linked with the record with the option to remove. From within a list, a bulk email can also be generated and sent to the selected records. Each email address within the To field represents a separate email being sent individually to the recipient. Colleague offers a fully comprehensive search across all main entity records. When searching over candidates, Boolean searching techniques can be used with free text to find keywords contained within documents, notes, and history. To search for a single word, simply type that word into the text criteria box. For example, searching for engineer will return records where that word appears in their document. You can also use a wildcard by adding an asterisk. For example, engineer asterisk will now also find phrases such as engineering. If you want to search for an exact phrase, place the words in quotation marks. For example, support engineer will search for that phrase together, rather than finding support and engineer separately in different parts of the document. You will notice a found count which is updated top right-hand side as you enter your criteria. You can also build more advanced searches using Boolean operators such as and, or, and not, as well as brackets to group your logic. For example, you might search for records that contain support engineer or construction. You may then want to update this to also include engineer or site manager. This allows you to make your search broader or more specific, depending on the skill sets of the candidates you are trying to find. If there are words or phrases that you want to exclude from the search, use the not operator. Using not will help remove irrelevant results and improve the quality of your search result. For those who have access to Copilot, it is possible to have your Boolean logic automatically created using AI. Simply request a Boolean string based on the skill set or job title you are searching for. The response should provide a useful place to start, complete with a copy code button to paste into the text criteria. Once you've entered your text criteria, the next step is deciding where colleagues should search. The most common option is the CV index. This will contain all CV-related documents stored against candidate records. You will also have the option to search across default documents only. Another useful option is to search over history. This allows you to include telephone histories, emails, and meetings. You can also search over notes, including any note subtypes available on your candidate records. If you are searching across history, you can apply a date range so that only histories created within a certain period are included in the search. As you build your search criteria, Colleague will display a count of the records that have been found. Once you are happy with this number, select Show Results to view the records. Within the result grid, you will be able to customize the columns displayed by clicking on Options. Select to add or remove fields, and Colleague will remember your preferences for future searches of that record type. One especially useful column option is Rank. Rank is an algorithmic score given to each record based on the text criteria used to create the search. The higher ranked records should be more relevant to your search terms. The summary view allows you to inspect key record information from the result list. From here, you will be able to create a history. View documents held against the record. Assess the skills assigned to the candidate and check their history. The View Documents option in the toolbar allows you to preview and scroll through the candidate's CVs. View Text will switch the preview to a plain text format. This can be especially helpful as it will highlight where your search terms were found within the document, helping you understand why a record matched and why it may have received a certain rank score. As you review the CVs, you can flag records of interest using colored markers to help organize your search result. Unsuitable records can also be removed from the result as you work your way through the CVs. As well as free text searching, Colleague also allows you to search by skill criteria. Unlike using text criteria, skill searching uses the skills library configured in your system. Instead of typing free text, you can select the skills you want to search whilst using the same and, or, and not logic. For example, you can search for records that contain a specified skill or an alternative skill. You can then use the AND join, so that as well as having either of these skills, the candidate must also have another skill. And you can use the NOT operator to filter out records with an unwanted skill. It is also possible to select a parent skill and add all the skills under that selected parent. And there is a No Skills option, which is useful when identifying records that have not yet been tagged with any skills and may need to be updated. The radius search allows you to find candidates based on their distance from a postcode. Either enter a postcode or look up an existing record and select an address. It is important to note that radius searching requires a full valid postcode due to the way the system uses postcode coordinates to calculate distance. Colleague will then search for records within the specified distance of that radius. Alert levels are a way of placing a banner across the top of a record to warn, categorize, or otherwise advise an important message to the user. This can be default text or a custom message depending on the circumstance. Back in the search, alert criteria will help you search over these alert levels based on their default alert status or any custom text that may have been entered against their alert. Lists are also searchable, including the option to search over other users' lists on the system. And general field searching gives you access to a wide range of fields in the system. This includes date fields, lookup fields, text fields, and numeric fields. Depending on the field type, you may see different options, such as from and to for date ranges, begins with or contains for text fields, and list or range options for numeric values. Many fields also offer a no-value option, which is particularly useful for identifying incomplete records. Rather than scrolling through the full list, it is often quicker to use the field search box to locate the specific field you are looking for. If you are regularly performing similar searches, you can save your search criteria for future use. This is helpful when you want to start from a known search structure and then make small adjustments for a specific brief or campaign. You can also save criteria as shared criteria, making them available to other users or teams. This is useful for standard searches that multiple people may need to run. Saving criteria is different from saving a search result. Criteria stores the logic used to build the search, while a saved search result stores the actual records returned at that point in time. Colleague supports an array of bulk workflows to process against your search result. With the required records selected, you'll be able to run bulk workflows from the selected records and right-click menu. Bulk emails will pull the email addresses of all records into the email form. Each email address in the To field will represent a separate email to each recipient. Creating a history will log a shared history log linked with all of the selected records. Creating a task will create a task per selected record and is an ideal approach for working through a list of people to contact. Standard editing functions are available to remove, hide, and keep selected records. You can also bulk assign ownership to records, as well as remove ownership when needed. You can add or remove skills. There is also the option to update various fields in one process. This is particularly useful when bulk updating status, availability, and mail shot status. This can save significant time when maintaining records. Depending on permissions and setup, you may also see options for archiving, unarchiving, or deleting records in bulk. This is traditionally reserved for admin users, and records can be added or removed from a list. When bulk long-listing or short-listing, you will first need to link the search result to a requirement. Select the requirement link option and look up your requirement. With the requirement linked, the long list and short list workflows will become available. This makes the search a practical sourcing tool, not just a way of grouping data. In addition to saving criteria, you can also save full search results so you can return to them later. Saved searches can be reopened, updated, and reused as needed. Colleague also supports layered searching. This means that after running an initial search, you can return to the criteria to run a different search. And then combine the results together. can also filter a current search result by applying new criteria only to the records already returned. This is useful when you want to build a broad search first and then narrow it down in stages, or when you want to combine multiple related talent pools into one working search. The records within your current search result can be added to another existing saved search. You can also merge records into your current search result. Another powerful feature is the ability to convert one type of search result into another. For example, you might start with a candidate search and then convert that into a placement search to see which of those candidates have been placed. From there, you could convert the placements into a company search to filter on which clients those placements relate to. This type of conversion is especially useful for business development, account analysis, and reviewing relationships across different record types. Moving on to requirements, once created, we can now edit and add any further information we have regarding the vacancy. With this being a contract-based requirement, there is an additional Rates tab for storing overtime rates and adjustments. This can include pay as you earn rates and a calculator for formulating fees. All rates added to the requirement will be pulled through to the offer record later. The requirement will have a History tab and an area for storing associated documents. It is here that you could upload the job specification provided by the client. With the specification uploaded, the document can be scanned for skills. These skills can be then linked to the requirement, ready for matching candidates. There is a free text notes area for writing your job description and an AI job spec generator to get you started with the appropriate wording. Custom fields and checklists are configured as per your company process. The final and pivotal area to the requirement is the Candidates tab. It is here where we will long list our candidates for review. The Suggested Candidates feature will take the skills and job description of the requirement and automatically create a list of potentially viable candidates ranked in descending order based on their relevance. Similar to the search area, you will be able to view the candidates' CVs and convert to plain text. As before, the elements that match the candidate's CV will be highlighted. The appropriate candidates can then be long listed. When looking up alternative candidates for the requirement, there are several options to consider. Individual records can be searched upon using their name or ID. Alternatively, the user can select a list they have prepared or have access to and select candidates from there. Another option is to select a saved search result and choose the candidates they have in mind. With our candidates long listed, we will be able to review their details using the summary view. Bulk emails can be sent to the candidates to confirm whether the role is of interest. As before, these emails are processed individually per candidate email address to ensure data protection and security. As you screen the candidates, they can be shortlisted, filtering out non-responses and those deemed inappropriate on closer inspection. This can be done individually or in bulk using the right-click menu. Candidates who are not proceeding at this stage can be removed, taking them out of the running for the vacancy. Behind each candidate is an application record, storing details specific to this candidate's interaction with the requirement. Here you can store additional details or requests, including the unique source of this application. To send a candidate's CV to the contact, along the candidate row, click on the arrow under the Sent column. This will launch an email addressed to the contact of the requirement, with the candidate's default CV automatically attached. Using an email template is a recommended approach to save time and will ensure a professional and uniform approach when representing your candidates. You can send in bulk by selecting the necessary candidates and using the right-click menu. Alternatively, if the emails have already been sent outside of the system, there is a workflow to track the date and time it was sent. To reject an application, you can select the candidates and use the right-click menu to reject in bulk. This includes the option of sending an email to advise the candidate of their rejection. When arranging an interview against the appropriate candidate, select the arrow under the interview column. This will launch the interview form. Colleague supports a configurable list of interview types, which will increment based on a defined sequencing order. Select the agreed date and time of the interview. On the right-hand side, you will notice the Create Calendar option is selected. This will update automatically based on the date and time of the interview. Once saved, you will be given the option to send a confirmation email to the candidate and contact. This is achieved using colleagues' email form with established email templates to save time. Interview feedback is tracked and stored against the interview record. Simply select the candidate, right-click and choose Interview Feedback. You can then add the comments made by the candidate and contact post-interview, as well as make your own notes about the event. The latest interview record will be accessible via the interview icon on the right-hand side. This contains a full record of the event, including the ability to resend interview confirmation details, edit, and if necessary, cancel the interview. Arranging the candidate's second interview is achieved by clicking on the plus icon alongside the previous interview date. This will launch the interview form with the type field incremented. When it is time to make the offer, users can select the arrow icon under the offer column. This launches the offer form and will be pre-populated with details pulled from the requirement. With the offer created, users will be able to email confirmation details to the candidate and contact. This is again achieved via the email form and is optimized with the use of templates. If we were to access the candidate at this stage, you will notice that an alert warning now appears, confirming that the candidate has a pending offer and summarizing details of the potential placement. Accessing the offer record is possible via the offer icon on the right-hand side. A pending offer is a placement record in waiting and supports all of the functionality of a main entity record. At this stage, the specific details of the placement can be confirmed. There is then workflow to either accept or reject the offer. Accepting an offer converts the record to become what is referred to as an unauthorized placement. This is a placement record, where the details of the placement are still modifiable. It is at this stage contracts are signed, commission is finalized, back-office details are confirmed, and the placement is verified to be ready for billing. Sending speculative CVs can be achieved from a contact or candidate record. When on a contact, go to the Spec CVs Sent tab and select Send Candidate Spec CV. Search for the candidates you have in mind either by looking up the records, accessing a list, or looking at a search result. Upon selection, the email form will be generated, with the candidate's default CV attached. We would then recommend the use of an email template to populate the email body. If you would like to add further candidates to the email, go to the Add Candidates button and look up your intended candidates. This process can be repeated as many times as required, and candidates can also be selected in bulk to be added to the email. If there are multiple CVs being sent, you could use a different email template to reflect this. When ready, click Send to send the email. Once the email has been sent, new entries will be added to the Spec CVs table to track when the candidates were sent. In the event of a successful response, there is then workflow to create a requirement. You can now enter the details of the vacancy which the candidate is being considered for. Once the requirement is created, you will notice that your candidate is already attached and at a stage of send. From here, you can proceed with arranging an interview. From a candidate record, the process is largely the same, only this time you are selecting contacts rather than candidates. To send a candidate to a search result of contacts, click on the Send Spec CV to Contacts icon and press OK. From here, you can run your contact search using the necessary criteria with the candidate already linked and ready to be sent. Select the contacts you would like to email and press the Send icon. This will launch an email addressed to the contacts with the candidate's CV attached. Once sent, this will be tracked as a bulk Spec CV send. An alternative route is to link the candidate to a contact search at a later stage. Similar to linking a requirement to a candidate search, from a contact search, you can link a candidate using the Candidate Link feature. Look up and select the candidate you would like to send, and the candidate will be linked to the search result. You can then select the records you wish to email and on the Candidate Link submenu, select Send Spec CV to Contacts. An email will then be generated with the candidate's CV attached, ready to be sent. Social media links are available within candidates, companies, and contacts. When in a record, social media links will be available alongside the profile picture. Icons which are grayed out will have no connected social media link. You can access the Social Media Links table from the View More menu. From here, you can add, edit, or remove related social media that are related to the record. An alternative route to adding social media is to click on a grayed-out icon. This will launch the associated platform and perform a search looking for the record. From here, you can select the relevant person and take a copy of the profile's URL. Once the link has been copied, go back to Colleague and paste this into the URL field. When pressing Save, a duplication check will make you aware if the social media has also been linked to another record. Once complete, the social media icon will be colored in to reflect that there is a link in place. Colleague have a Chrome and Edge sidebar extension tool, which can be opened to work alongside social media. This is available to download from the Edge and Chrome web stores. When on a social platform, select the extension tool to open the sidebar. Use the tool to look up records in Colleague via the quick search. You can also access records from within your recent items, as well as access your lists. The Lookup Record feature will take the URL of the web page you are on and scan the social media links table for a matching record. Upon selection, the record will be shown in the sidebar in a manner similar to the Summary View or Outlook add-in. This will include features such as the ability to create a history, Create link will create the social media link against the record. Attach document will give you the ability to upload documentation to the record in Colleague. And show skills will list the skills that have been allocated to the record. You will also find links to open the record as well as other known social media. To demonstrate how this can be used to update a record, let's open a candidate that is missing a media link and profile image. The first option would be to use Create Link to add the LinkedIn account to their record. Next, right-click on their profile and select to save the image. Then use the Attach Document feature to upload their image to the record. Select the Profile Picture option in the Document Type drop-down. Using the same approach, you could also upload a copy of their PDF profile to Colleague. When accessing their record, you will notice that their profile picture and social media have been updated. To create a new record using the sidebar, click on the plus icon. This will launch a form, allowing you to enter the record details before pressing Save. All mandatory fields based on your system settings will be highlighted with a red asterisk. Adding a new contact will require that you look up the company record first. Once you have selected a company, you will be able to enter the contact details. The sidebar extension tool will continue to evolve with new features based on client feedback. We have reached the end of our user training session. Thank you for watching. If you have any queries, please feel free to reach out to our support team.